Thanks everyone for attending the speech I'm making for first time live on English. And I hope you read the agenda for today. And I really want to share my experience going through this downturn with my agency merge. Right now, I will uh, just start with a quick intro. My name is Pavel, and I'm the CEO of Merge. We are a design agency focused on product development and design for Series A, B, and C startups. Now we are 50 people in the team, work mostly with SaaS products, mobile apps, and blockchain products. So I have get started at 17 years old when I just dropped out from college and uh, my design freelancing was has become more uh, as a entrepreneurship first step in entrepreneurship. This year we're reaching 2 million ARR with the agency. Also, once the war started in Ukraine, I have launched the podcast on Ukrainian for local audience to share knowledge from Ukrainian entrepreneurs who are really modern in building their companies. It's not only IT or tech startups, it also nice casual restaurants that everyone love here locally and fashion brands. So the idea is to pick up the best entrepreneurs from different domains and who has a modern approach in the business. So it really gave me possibility to network with different people from different domain and get their experience because a podcast is actually a like you're creating a purpose to meet the person who can be like 10 or 20 times more successful than you, and for hour or two you can ask like whatever questions that uh, you're interested in about mindset, business, uh, path, like entrepreneurship path. So it gave me really a lot of insights. A little bit about Merge. We have been working for 4 years in the market already with product design and front-end development. And now we have 20 plus designers, 10 plus developers, different range of skill set. And for our past, we have been working with really early stage startups from idea stage. I mean, like angel round, and we also like was growing together with our customers. Yeah, so Merch was working with Invisibly for quite a long time, couple of years, and we gained experience working as a dedicated team. Yeah, when uh, you build a team for your client and close all of design needs. Mural, we help them with product hypothesis testing and getting ready some proof of concepts with new products. Beamery also like design dedicating designers and Sunday the same. For sure, with Series C startup is a much different experience from early stage. Those guys like completely different in their culture and priorities and uh, culture of communication. So and everything great from collaborating with large scale startups. We also bring to smaller companies and help them with product research and budgeting, optimization processes, and designing their products. So we always growing and not only in the company size, but as a service provider. So my goal is to achieve the best talents gathered in one team, so we can help even more world-class startups. But now, market is not the best for everyone. What is happening? It's a real downturn that we actually feel for last 9 months since we are from Ukraine and we have fucking war happening here. And actually, the war was kind of a trigger for global recession since supply chains um, got worse. A lot of energy got more expensive. So, a war in Ukraine by Russia has actually affected a lot of markets, a lot of streams, and moved and increased inflation rate even higher. Major economic data is never actually predicted any downturn in the market because it's bad for their reputation and they don't want everyone to panic. So it's literally just bad. And economic confidence data is like neutral because they cannot be um, pessimistic never to not crush the market even earlier. Yeah, the idea of government playing this game is to stretch the bottom, stretch time period until we get to the bottom of downturn, and they just say nothing. Market data is what actually show us and all of investors what is really happening because IT products just um, broken on all stocks, and we reached like 80 or 90% drop. But jobs data is still great, not in product, not in startups. What does it mean for startups? So how startups actually feel the downturn? First of all, hard to raise money. Valuation that investors and VCs is given is much significantly dropped from last year, and from my experience of talking with different founders, the valuation actually dropped from around 60x that was available last year. Can you imagine, like, you can worth $1 billion and be unicorn startup in 2029 in 2021 with from 16 million ARR, you already can be worth a billion. So now this number is 10 times lower, and startups who is fundraising now, their key focus not to do it because you get devaluated, and it will be much worse for following rounds, right? So now valuation is around 6 or 7x if you have great growth rate and uh, cost efficiency. Hard to close deals as people are very cautious, and it's definitely true. When you have unexpected future, you better to be in economy mode, and we will get later to the point of which streams of your P&L you should actually optimize. Might need to cut some of the spendings. What I'm saying that literally every startup is doing that right now. Uncertainty doesn't help either. Yeah, definitely. So regarding positive vibes, we actually have them even more than negatives here. Now, more awesome talents on the market, and you should you can hire much talented person with lower salary expectations, and you should use it as an opportunity. So avoid overspending. It's the downturn is actually helping you to make your spendings more efficient. It cuts from uh, it can be more affected on long-term investment, which is not really helping you right now, because you should get more focused on becoming efficient uh, here in this market and today. Become profitable and effective. Uh, Actually, overspending, yeah, avoiding overspending is helping a lot to become profitable and effective. Profitable for startups is not necessary since we are growing fast and it's our key goal. But during downturn and when you should just save as much money as you can in your pockets to live on until the next round, until market will get turned to grow. So you should definitely save um, and stretch your budget. So every penny you spend should give you efficiency and bring in more dollars in your pockets. Ability to negotiate good deals. You can ask for discounts. You can negotiate with your suppliers. Is definitely a chance to also uh, check your partnership with partner relationship with your suppliers and customers. Some of the key players in your market might go out of business because when you get bigger, you actually become not more flexible because of uh, b- um, regulation internally to avoid risks. And bigger you get, more risks you avoid. So until you like Series A, Series B, you can be more risky and more flexible until you're like, if you below 100 people. So it's definitely a benefit of being small because some big businesses and huge startups can go from the market. And it finishes on new opportunities, as ever seen before, I said, because you have new domains are getting on the market, they are getting uncovered. For example, in Ukraine, we see how military tech is growing, how AI, robotics, and you can actually keep an eye on different domains uh, to maybe pivot your product or find new possibilities or launch something new. You should definitely learn approach of quick proof of concept to the market, and it will save you it will save you a lot of energy, time, and money on launching and testing new things. So, which is in downturn is really important. Let's go next slide. What should be key focus during downturn? From my point of view, we will go through each one step by step. So, first one is about keep doing stuff no matter what. It's actually our motto for last 9 months, and we understand that we are amazingly strong, and we will resist and work no matter what. So our clients can trust us. Our team is motivated and united to go through tough times together. I will talk more about people focus later. So here, to keep doing stuff, first of all, you should have three possible plans, roadmaps: positive, neutral, and negative. Positive is when you reach maybe 10%, or like if you reach some growth this year, you don't need to get to metrics you actually scheduled on the beginning of the year. Yeah, because black swan happened on the market, and the black swan cannot be predicted. That is why there are swans. So you should just get your plans more neutral, and actually on three different plans. For neutral, just uh, predict what will happen with your finance, with your team structure, with your spendings, and your strategy. If you stay on the same level, if you keep up, it's not like the worst possible, because negative is the plan that you should have if your revenue drop like 80% current current MRR. I have watched like an interview with Airbnb founder who was talking about his feeling during co- uh, COVID crisis once it gets started, and Airbnb was losing around 90% revenue, and it was really tough. It can't be predicted. It's a black swan, and you should get ready to all three possible options. Be focused on running no matter what, and do not quit, because strong companies who resist and who will go through this market will have more opportunities later, and it will be just battle proof. You will be battle proof with your mind. Your company will be a fortress with bulletproof P&L, efficient spendings, uh, communication in the team, strong and powerful team, you strong as a leader. So your focus and strategy for what you are going to should filter everything you do as an entrepreneur, as a manager, because uh, your focus and your strategy is a key answer: should I do it or not? Is a key answer to events in your calendars, to all the meetings you have, everything you do. Always keep your strategy simple, your focus simple, so you can remember it every time like someone asks you something to do or you get a new idea. Just remember about your focus and go through it. People first is the strategy we actually implemented. Like we take this strategy around 3 years ago, when I realized as an entrepreneur and agency founder, my key mission here is to call is to combine, like match the best talent from Ukraine with worldwide startups. So talent can reach their potential and startups get really amazing people to work on their products. So this one really inspired me, and I actually see much worse bottleneck on people market, on HR market, when you have like hiring is a key priority for a business, because uh, if you focus in there, all departments, all other streams will not grow by just run. those people there, but actually combining A players. So you don't need to lose people because people are really, really expensive, and you should better find other options or prioritize by efficiency and performance and potential. Yeah, so you can actually do x axis and y axis with potential and performance. Uh, this strategy, this methodology called 9 boxes, and you should put every person having a team in some of boxes of, like, if it's higher potential, it should be like here. If it's higher performer, it should be like on top. The person you should definitely save in the team and don't cut ever and evolve and grow with them, because actually the team will help you to grow as no one else. So hard times affect everyone, and creativity and efficiency are struggling. I hope you as leader understand that you should keep your team motivated. And here's some advice that what you can actually do. So perfect. So first one, using an output oriented approach to extend ownership in the team. When you bring ownership to your colleagues and to your team, it definitely helps everyone get more self-managed. And ownership is around mostly about uh, devil in details. And when person really has ownership about what they're doing, they care about tails, they care about end user, about they actually care. Yeah, and this caring thing is what you should implement to the team immediately, so they get more self-managed and you have more room in your mind, in your calendar, to actually grow the company and make your company win through this downturn. Back each other up. Energy is a key asset. You should always stand with your team. Once we don't have enough finance, which is happening in downturn with everyone, or our predictions with revenue just not happening, it's like energy breakdown. So your partner should um, support you, back you up, so you can like rest a bit or switch to some new tasks. But the same you should do as a leader with your team. If someone is burning out or like struggling from anxiety or energy breakdown, of mental breakdown, just hear them. Use active listening, talk, like remind why you get started, uh, give some motivation from the vision, and also advise to take a day off, to switch the attention to other more creative things, or like work part-time for maybe months or two. Just use empathy to your team. Align on the focus. Give everyone direction and check up on status. So you as a leader figured out the focus, and now you should transfer it to the team. Use your monthly meetings. Use maybe like separate team meetings and talk about focus and priorities. If your focus is, I don't know, maybe uh, find 5 new customers. Say it with the person who has this KPI. Uh, Use it as a narrative. Yeah, you should repeat it because that is how focus get remembered, and you keep up doing it. You stay, you stick to this focus. Use a leader is giving direction, and from my experience, I'm relying on people I'm hire and encourage them to be more self-managed. That is why I'm mostly checking with them on status of finished task, and mostly my task description or my requirements are really rough and more abstract. So the person whom I'm delegating the task has more room for creativity, for problem solving. My goal here is to set the direction and check up on status. Prove your words with actions. Celebrate small teams. Celebrate small wins. Move with baby steps. So 3 things here. First, just prove everything you say with actions, uh, or don't say it if you're not committing to do it actually. Yeah, your team watching it and scanning you. So if you want them to trust you, just prove every word you say. Celebrate small wins. Inside of the year, for me personally, because we are going through war, last 10 months, possibly, yeah, 9.5. So when you have small wins and celebrating them together, it just makes you more happy and the more enjoying your routine. That is why you should set up like small little milestones. By achieving them, celebrate it. Like give someone a bonus, uh, do pizza Friday, I don't know, buy some beer or champagne. Make just small celebration. Doesn't need to be like huge. Or it can even be just a message in Slack. Like, we did it. Let's fucking rock. So because uh understanding of achievement something always filling up with energy, which is really important for motivating every team member to operate at their personal best. You have to understand potential of the person and try and give them a room and conditions to grow, to perform the best. But you also should use empathy, as I told before, to feel the mood of the person, energy level, and actually listen from what the person is going through with these hard times as well. Optimization, also the thing for the startup, which is one of key focuses, to optimize the efficiency of spending and measure return of investment from every dollar you spend. Optimize internal processes so your team is more efficient in communication, it more async. They resolve blockers efficiently, and you should encourage them to do it because blockers and working remotely is a pain in the ass when you just need something. You message the person in Slack and you wait like for hours for an answer. Just encourage people to answer quickly, or call each other. Like they should resolve blockers, because while you have blockers because of remote work, your team is not efficient. So next thing is automation and removing moving out the person from some like um, routine and monkey jobs. Automate as much as possible. With automation, your team will be able to focus on tasks at hand. We use Zapier a lot and Integromat a lot, Google Sheets. We like if we see some repeatable action in finance, HR, administrative, some operational thing, yeah, we always think how we can remove human from that from that process. Just do brainstorm about your processes, write it down every step in the process you have, like how's your lead gen works, how's your recruitment works, how your like HR benefits works, communication between teams. So here we have four focuses for your culture. First is the ownership that I told you. So people should be caring about what they're doing. So every detail is perfect and people more self-managed. So you don't need to look up for them like regularly. Action and reaction. If you have like a bug and or some feedback, people just should share it with each other directly. We have remote world when everyone is just um, away by Slack message or email or Zoom call, uh, and you should understand when you write to someone in Slack, people never expect you write them and you ask them something because they have work to do and they get distracted. So write everything in one message and give your feedback to uh, to something you don't think is right. Some bugs in the product, some improvements in user experience, some improvements in internal company culture or operational processes. Unblock blockers efficiently. Your team, I already told you, should have clear understanding of who is blocking them, why, and it should be responsibility of two-person in that dispute who is blocking someone, because no, never say that person who is blocking is responsible, because both in the team should be motivated to resolve task and achieve result faster, achieve result better, and it's responsibility on both sides. So if someone is blocking you with like some materials or feedback or some like task you depends on, always ping this person, always ask about possible deadline, uh, like encourage them to commit so you get unblocked faster. It's really important during downturns to make everything faster because speed is a key. Priorities check up. When you gather with the team, always goes through the priorities, and your first number one priority should be aligned with focus. And is it something, it should be something your startup or your product cannot live without. If it's something that is just regular or medium task, it should have the same priority like secondary or on third level. Top one thing should be always that is really SAP. And if you have something SAP, just communicate it to the team so everyone aligned what is really SAP now. How design thinking is actually helping with user with improving products and companies. I believe not everyone here has uh, listened about design thinking before. So design thinking is actually about efficient problem solving. You should def- emphasize like uh, get on the side of the person who's struggling with some problem. And design thinking is not only about interfaces or designing apps or websites. You should use it in your internal processes to make them scalable, to test them out. You should use it when you launch something new. It's the approach you can use in every field of your life. When you define a problem, you should ideate on a solution, and the solution should be the most efficient one that you can produce. Then you prototype it with the smallest scope, the most little, uh, but the most valuable features list you have from your entire scope and test the hypothesis. It's kind of MVP approach or proof of concept approach. So you should use the design thinking approach, and please don't think it's only applicable for UI design. It's not and never been. How design driven approach actually helps LTV. So you should have, if you're building a product, if you're building a business, you should understand that customer service and user happiness is actually huge added margin to your product. By improving user experience, you improve user emotion from your product, from your surveys. They can get you more referrals, more recommendations about your product. They can become a kind of ambassador, and you can charge them more. If your product is actually solving certain problems, you should charge more for like better experience. It's actually where margin is hidden for high quality products. I have just approach that when you have high level of surveys you provide, it doesn't matter of price anymore. It's the matter of value. You should always think and design thinking and focusing on user experience helping you with understanding how you can bring even more value to your users, to your customers. Let's see how we also can calculate the team cost efficiently. So we made a Notion template, which we'll share with you by email. Then we have a guide how to scale your design team. And here is actually a team cost. And we included, for example, let's have one UX generalist. You will get all descriptions what those guys are actually doing and when they need it during different stages. So you have like pre-startup, startup stage, growth, and maturity. So we broken necessary people for necessary roles that you should to fill up. Guys, I really want to show you the website we had as a source for data. Levels EFYE. So we have like kind of medium for product designer in US, and here in calculator we had, so we have team cost net, yeah, team calculators here. I really want one designer. So first of all, you should actually pick the country. Let's imagine I'm from California, have entire in-house team there. I'm like Series B round, and I really need two UI designers, one UXR, one. Let's have maybe three product designers since we will have a few delivery teams. One motion designer, one marketing designer, and maybe one illustrator for the marketing department. So UX generalist, I don't think we need them because product designers usually covers UX and UI design, but also see the product long term and works on small improvements and to achieve product goals. So if you have this entire design team, we have budget for, I believe we should make a sum here. Calculate. $43,000 a month. And it also includes 35% of overheads. For sure, this range is really different for different companies and different countries, but the average overhead on top of the salary is around 35%. Yeah, and we included, I believe, 34 in the overheads because when you just see the salary, it does not represent the final cost of your talent. You should have HR spendings, legal spendings, taxes, bank charges, and it's even without administrative costs. So it's the overheads. Uh, we excluded administrative people like CEO, operational managers. Yeah, it just HR, accounting, legal, and this kind of stuff you pay on top of salary for your team. You can use this calculator make to calculate team costs for design team since we highly specialized on design, but we also can make the same with other roles, including different software engineers on different levels. If you would enjoy this calculator, go through it and leave your feedback so we can improve it. I want your attention on the slide when we compares contractor cost to employee salary because overheads really it's a lot of your expenses. As I mentioned, in average, around 35% on top of the salary. It give us a real example how much you actually spending on product designer by hiring them in-house. if you live in, if you have a team in Bay Area, the person, including overheads for sure, will cost you around 25,000 monthly. Other parts of US, which much more cheaper and doesn't have this overpriced people, will cost you around 12,000, including overheads. In Australia, it's around $10,000. So at Merge, since we hire top Ukrainian people, they're high talents for with international product experience. We hired them here on good salaries, and they don't have that much taxes from salary. We just pay 2 or 5%. So we have also efficient operations and efficient overheads, which including our profit, which is around 10 to 20% sometimes. I mean net profit. We can give you a monthly fee for 1960 100. So it's definitely much lower than Bay Area and a bit lower than Australia price. And what you actually achieve by working with agency, for you as a startup, you might not have some needed expertise to find the perfect candidate. So those two for me actually combined. Uh, if you even have expertise, it will take time to find the perfect candidate. But when you hire an agency, the candidate already passed their interview process, their culture and boarding, and works on their guidelines. So the agency work is much more efficient because it has more experience with other companies. The cost of internal team, including overheads, are higher in certain places. So product audit, since the agency has worked with many startups, many products, your the expertise on the table is much wider, and you have this side from uh, the side. Um, when someone's giving feedback from the side, they ace the workload. To ace the workload, you can save yourself really bunch of time by hiring an agency, since they have management guidelines, delivery manager in place, all team well structured, and already I would say uh, collaboration experience, which is really important when you build something creative. So when you hire different people in house, it doesn't give you like 100% chance they will work together and achieving success in the end, even if they are both pro professionals. In the agency, the team has already this collaboration spirit. Tasks don't require product knowledge. If you will need someone's just on demand to support his routine tasks and be on demand for website, for illustrations, for front end components or webflow support, agency also a good choice, since they have uh, people to work on something when you don't have task for them. Agency manages the workload internally to achieve efficiency in our costs and uh, like uh, make this person working on different projects. If you hire in-house and you don't have workload for this person, most of the time you will just lose money on uh, sitting them on bench or doing like some really low priority or something like not significantly important. And you really going to spend that much money on the person just sitting? I believe not. That's actually it. I am really glad you have stayed with me for this hour. And thanks for joining and attending my first experience of doing live on English. Thanks, everyone. And I believe you got your insights. If you got some insights, just let me know in the comments. For like for the last, before we finish completely, just sharing some real experiences of what I got from our clients who is startup founders or from my network. So fundraising with significantly lower valuation than it was last year. Cost efficiency is a must for Series A, B, and C. Ones who didn't find product market fit and fired product team completely, kept only core team. Not the best choice for the product because of low efficiency and if no one's can work in a product already. Some people are shutting down their business and looking for a job. It also happening because they didn't got any funding or they lost uh, all of the investments they had. So in good things, businesses who entered downturn in good shape, using it as an opportunity. Good shape means for me, efficient team, A players, product market fit has been found, and you just evolve. Like it's already like kind of maturity state. Some startups are struggling with black swans in their own domain, for example, crypto. Yeah, guys, one more time, thanks everyone for attending it. If you would have any questions regarding how to build up design team, if you would need any help with user experience advice or product design help, reach us at merge.rocks or email me by pavelmerchrocks and we can get a call. So we also can help with development. We are we have the senior talented development team as well, mostly front end developers and with experience in SaaS, fintech, and mobile apps. More info you can find on merge.rocks. So uh, please visit it. If you have some opportunities and ideas or maybe challenges which you are struggling with in your product team. Like the first intro call is really easy. If you find a fit, how we can be a solution for your challenge or how we can help you go through these tough times together, we will find the best solution with the best offer, how we can help you. If not, I believe it's also a good thing. That's it. Thanks everyone, and let's stay in touch.